In this lesson, we're going to be graphing linear equations. This is going to go along with lesson number 1 in my math lab. The first method that we've ever graphed a linear equation was using a t-chart, so we'll try that. If we're given 2x plus y equals 6, let's suppose we let x be 0, then we'll have 2 times 0 plus y equals 6, or just y equals 6, because anything times 0 is 0. Let's suppose we let x be 1. We would have 2 times 1 plus y equals 6, or 2 plus y equals 6. Now I'm going to move that 2 to the other side, and it becomes a negative 2. So y becomes 4. We might want to try, I don't know, let's try 2. If we have 2 times 2 plus y equals 6, then we have 4 plus y equals 6. Or again, if we move the 4 across, it becomes a negative, so y is equal 2. Now if we plot those points, we have x is 0 and y is 6. We have x to be 1, y 4, x to be 2, and y is 2. Now we need to take a straight edge, and we will be drawing a line through all 3 points. And if your line does go through the points you have on your graph, that's a pretty good indicator that you've got the right set of points. Excuse me. Now, that's the first method we ever used to teach graphing linear equations, but it's not the most practical. I want us to look at these 2 definitions. The y-intercept of a line is the point where the line intersects the y-axis. The x-intercept of a line is the point where the line intersects the x-axis. Notice when we talk about points, we talk about ordered pairs. There's a lot of opposites in math. For example, if I'm looking for a y-intercept, I'm going to let the other one, x, be 0 and solve for y. And if I'm looking for an x-intercept, let the other one, y equals 0, and solve for x. Now we're going to look at an example of one of these. By the way, you have these examples in my class notes. This is a blank sheet that you'll notice in your notes, and you can print this out and work along with me. The x and y intercepts that we want to find are for this equation, 2x minus 3y equals 6. Now remember, if we're looking for intercepts, we're looking for points, so we're going to have ordered pairs. If I'm looking for an x-intercept, remember you let the other one, y, be 0. If I'm looking for a y-intercept, I let the other one, x, be 0. So we're halfway there, and we really haven't done anything yet. Now if I let the x be 0, remember all I'm going to do is come right up in this equation, and x is going to become 0. It's gone. So I have negative 3y equals 6. So remember, that became 0. And all I'm doing now is solving that equation, so y would equal negative 2. And that's going to be this one, that's the y. Now if I'm looking for this x-intercept, remember I let y be 0, so that's where I would have gone right up here. I would have let my y be 0, and I would have 2x equals 6. And if you have 2x equals 6, then x would be 2 divided into 6 would be 3. Now, you only have 2 points to plot, but that's okay. You're going to go to your x and y axis, and from 0, 0, you're going to go out 3. That's 3, 0. From 0, 0, you're going to go down 2. That's 0, negative 2. Then you will take your straight edge again, and you'll plot your points. Now to me, this is the easiest way, if you can remember those definitions, to plot a straight line. 2 little quick things we want to notice. If you will remember, in the first equation and the second equation we graphed, we had a slanted line. Both of those equations had an x and a y. If our equation only has one variable, then it's either horizontal or vertical. The graph of the equation that has only an x is a vertical line. Looks like this. The graph of an equation with only a y is a horizontal line. And if you can remember that, it's so easy. So if I want to graph x equal, I know if it's x equal, it's going to be vertical. So I'm going to go to where x is equal to 2. That would be there. and then I'm going to draw my vertical line. Okay. I will then look at the next one where y is equal to -3. Now I know if it's y, it's going to look like the other one. Remember, it's going to be horizontal, opposites again. So you go to where y is -3 on your graph. I'm sorry. Where y is -3, that's there. And you're going to draw a horizontal line. Now if you just can't remember this, there's always another way to do this. If you have x equals 2, you can go back to a t-chart and you can let x be 2 for anything. Now that's the only value that you have. So your y's can be anything in the world. Now look at this. There would be 2, 0, there would be 2, 1, there would be 2, 3. So you can always calculate it. But if you have an x equal line, it's going to look like the other variable, like the y, so it's vertical. If you have a y equal only, it's going to look like the other variable x, and it's going to be horizontal.